Happy Monday morning, everybody. Weather station says, don't get used to that nice cold weather. 90 degree gonna start creeping in, gonna start coming back, gonna make your life miserable. Man, the weather has been absolutely beautiful. In St. Louis, Missouri here, almost feels like we're in Montana in August. 60 degrees this morning, beautiful. I'm headed out to Sturgis tomorrow morning. So I will be landing in Rapid City, South Dakota at 11:30 Tuesday morning. I should be on my bike by 2 o'clock. I'll be leaving Spearfish Canyon, and I don't know where we'll go, but we'll be riding around. So we'll see you out there in Sturgis. I'll be out there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 days is plenty for me. Okay. So I always say that the media, the people, you are the gift that keeps giving. So there's a couple people now on social media says, oh, Kenny Wallace, all of a sudden he just turncoats. Kenny Wallace was talking good about NASCAR, and we could not get Kenny Wallace to talk bad about NASCAR. The fans say, we don't like Kenny Wallace because he won't talk bad about NASCAR, damn it. We want Kenny Wallace to say some bad things about NASCAR, damn it. And a lot of you were getting very mad at me that I just didn't talk a bunch of shit about NASCAR. You wanted me to talk NASCAR. Okay, I think I made my point, right? You don't like NASCAR, but you watch it. And you wanted me to talk bad about NASCAR with you. And I didn't. Because I really didn't have nothing bad to talk about. So Mark Martin, my buddy Mark, he knows how much see, when I say Mark, I start smiling. You know, yesterday on Coffee with Kenny, I said, people give you valuable lessons and they don't even know they're giving it to you. So back in the 1980s, St. Paul, Minnesota, on pit road, early in the morning, Mark Martin gave me one of my greatest lessons of all time. Now, Mark will say, I don't remember that. Well, you won't remember it, Mark, because it wasn't that meaningful to you, but it was very meaningful to me. There was a time that I was a chronic complainer. I'm embarrassed to say it, but I was going through some changing times. I was young, very young. Hell, I was still in school, so I must have been 16, 17 years old. ASA let me in the pits, signed a waiver, and I changed tires. Me and Paul Andrews. There's plenty. I got pictures. I'll post them. So it was myself and Paul Andrews changing tires. AC Tucker was the jack man. Oh, Steve was the gas man. John Childs, he would carry tires. But let me tell you what Mark Martin taught me. I was bitching and moaning that morning. And I'm not a bitcher and moaner. And Mark Martin stepped right in my tire tracks, and he looked me in the face. He goes, you sure do complain a lot. And he was serious. And I was bitching and moaning that morning about something. And I kind of knew I was. But what embarrassed me more was Mark Martin heard me. See, Kenny Wallace is the type of person, if I'm going to do a lot of complaining, the key here is if I'm going to do a lot of complaining. If I'm going to do a lot of complaining, I don't want people to hear me because it's embarrassing, right? Because you're a chronic complainer. Well, when Mark Martin looked at me that day and said, damn, Herman, you complain all the time. I was never so embarrassed in all my life. So Mark Martin changed my life because I swore from that day on I wouldn't be a chronic complainer. Are you a chronic complainer? Do you hear yourself? Or are you one of those guys that say, or girls that say, I just bitch about what needs to be bitched about? Yeah, but it looks bad on you. Because successful people, they don't complain all the time. They deal with what they got that affects their life. So let me address some of you people saying, oh, now Kenny Wallace is talking bad about NASCAR with us. Oh, now Kenny Wallace turns around and talks like I'm in some little club. Like you want me in your little bitch club, little fight club. Hey, Wallace, how come you don't talk about NASCAR with us? I'm going to answer that right now. Because I'm not a chronic complainer like you. I told everybody yesterday that I would address that situation. I specifically addressed a situation that was embarrassing. Reported by Adam Stern. NASCAR said they've hired a firm to help them how to go about communicating, winning back the old fans, the blue-collar fans. And I found that appalling. Now, NASCAR slipped them that news. Adam Stern don't dream up. That was NASCAR's way of going, hey, we don't want to really admit it, but hey, Adam. And so Adam took the news and ran with it. Well, I'm not a dummy. I know NASCAR slipped them that news, and I'm like, oh my God, how embarrassing. You're admitting that you dumped the blue collar fans, and now you gotta somehow, win them over. Now, what's embarrassing is that it's been going on for 25 years. Now remember, the bitching started way back at the original font. They call time. You know what the word timestamp means? Timestamp means, oh yeah, I know where I was during 9/11. Well, I do. I was getting ready to get in the shower and I had TV on and I turned around and I went, oh my God. See, because I just remember that. So timestamp means I remember all the bitching and moaning started around Fontana, the California Speedway. That's when you all started in on your chronic complaining. And remember, I said, you've been complaining for 20, 25 years because now they built Fontana Speedway. They bulldozed it over, shut it down, and y'all are still complaining. That, my friends, is chronic complaining. James McFadden won the race at Knoxville last night by a straightaway. I didn't get on social media right away and go, oh boy, the sprint car race at Knoxville was horrible. Nobody battled James McFadden. No, I thought that was pretty rare. James McFadden, he ran away with it. Good job by the Australian. Congratulations, James McFadden. So hopefully I've explained myself. Now I'm right because I'm strong. You don't just win me over. You don't talk to me. You talk me, I'm going to talk you back. Here, let me explain it this way. You throw a brick at me, I'm going to throw a block back. Now, I'm not a badass. I'm just saying, okay? For the most part, I'm going to leave you with this. Racial, you're complaining. How much do you complain? Think about it. No, really, think about it. Don't get upset with my little coffee with Kenny here. When you turn this off, you drive down the road, think about it. How much do you complain? I bet you complain a lot. And when you think about it, you're going to be embarrassed. Try to balance your life out. Complain a little bit and love a lot. Complain a little bit and love a lot. All right. Now that I've chewed your ass out, because you jumped my ass, you started this. You started it. Have a great Monday, everybody. And I do love you very much.